Good morning. Today, we'll be having the continuity of the projection of solids. So, today's class is related to the pyramids. The question is like this: a pentagonal pyramid, 25 mm side of base and 50 mm axis length rests on one of its corner of the base. Draw the projections of the pyramid when the axis of the pyramid is inclined to HP at 40 degrees and appears to be inclined to VP at 45 degrees is the question. Let us see how do we solve this problem. Right now, taking a step-by-step procedure. First, initially, have an XY line. Since right now, it is a pentagonal pyramid with a corner condition, have the corner to come towards your right side. So to have the corner towards the right side, start the edge towards your left hand side. First, initially I'm going to have one of the edge to be placed towards your left hand side for the measurement of 25 mm sides. So based on this, I'm going to start the construction. Take on either side 72 degrees. Exterior angle to be 72 on either sides. So based on this, start constructing so that you're going to have the pentagon to be having a corner to come towards your right side. Corner of the pentagon towards your right side. Since it is a pyramid, we're going to have only one pentagonal faces, but surrounding to this, we're going to have 5 triangular faces. To have the triangular faces, we should fix the apex depending upon the height given in the question. The height itself is specified to be as 50 mm. So for that, to fix initially the apex, we require to have the center of the pentagon. To draw the center of the pentagon, we should have 2 of the perpendicular bisector. One perpendicular bisector is drawn by dropping a line parallel to the XY line. So that this is the perpendicular bisector. Similarly, so other perpendicular bisector, measure half of the side. If this is 25, measure 12.5, have a center. From this center, join to the opposite corner. When you join to the opposite corner, you get a perpendicular bisector. The intersection of these 2 perpendicular bisector, we are going to take it as O01. So we got the center of the pentagonal face. So let us assume that O01 is exactly the axis which is perpendicular. From the apex O, we should join to the corners, base corners. This is one of the base corner which is A, this is B, C, D and E. Now join from the apex O to the corner A. This is one of the slant edge. Similarly, join the other slant edge O to B, join the other slant edge O to C, similarly join the other slant edge O to D, as well as the last final slant edge O to E. We have totally 5 slant edges: OA, OB, OC, OD, OE. When you try to connect 2 of the slant edges, you get the formation of one of the triangular face which is OAB. Similarly, we have the triangle OBC to be as a second triangle, OCD to be third triangle, ODE a fourth triangle, OEA totally 5 triangles. 5 triangles clubbed together with one pentagonal face leads for pentagonal pyramid. So that is exactly right now the top view what we have. Let us right now proceed for the front view. To proceed for the front view, always take the projection from O01 to meet XY line. You get O1 dash. O1 dash itself is a center related to the pentagonal face. From O1 dash, have a chain type since it is an axis for a height of given in the question which is 50 mm. 50 mm is specified in the question. Measure height of 50 mm. Have this itself to be as an apex O dash. Now take the projections from A to get A dash in the front view. From B, when you take a projection, B and E is going to coincide. Take the projection to meet the XY line. This itself is B dash, E dash. Similarly, from C and D, erect a vertical. When the observer sees from the front, initially C is seen, later on D. So this becomes as C dash and D dash. Now connect the slant edge. From A dash, join to O dash. Similarly, from C dash, join to O dash. have the complete base face. But when the observer sees from the front here, out of 5 triangular faces, OAB, OBC, OCD, ODE as well as OEA, you get 2 of the triangular faces to be visible. These two triangular faces are overlapped by front 2 triangular face. This triangular face is exactly perpendicular. It is just a line. So what we do is, when you join from B dash to O dash, you get the formation of 2 triangular faces in the front view. These 2 triangular faces are visible. The other 2 triangular faces are overlapped by the front 2 triangular face. This triangular face ODC is exactly perpendicular. That completes exactly the front view for the first position. Now let us go for second position. For the second position, we have to tilt the entire pyramid. When you start to tilt the entire pyramid, it is like this. So this is exactly the pyramid right now, what you have been placed for the first position. When the observer sees from the front, these 2 triangles are seen. These 2 triangles are overlapped by the front 2 triangles. This triangle is exactly perpendicular for the first position. Now when I start to tilt, okay, so we have 3 conditions which can be given in the question. One is, either the slant edge connecting to this corner itself should make certain angle, or else the base face itself should make certain angle, or else the axis which enters inside the solid itself should make certain angle. Among these 3 conditions given in the question itself is, the axis of the pyramid itself is making an angle of 40 degrees to HP. So we should have the axis which enters inside the solid itself to make an angle of 40 degrees. So for that, now what we do is, with respect to the corner A dash, consider a point which itself is A dash. From A dash, have the complete base face, to make an angle of 50 degrees. Please observe, this angle 50 degrees is not specified in the question. Given us the axis itself makes it an angle, but we are tilting the base face for the alternate angle of the axis, which itself is 50 degrees. Why this 50 degrees? I'll just specify later on. Now, after taking an angle of 50 degrees, measure the complete base face. From A dash to C dash. From the compass with A dash itself as center. Cut this. When you cut this, you get this itself to be C dash and D dash. The complete base face is right now making an angle of 50 degrees, but it is not given in the question. Now let us tilt the complete front view. Measure A dash to O dash with A dash itself as center, drop an arc. Measure A dash to O dash with A dash itself as center, drop an arc. Measure C dash to O dash with C dash itself as center, cut this to fix O dash. Connect A to O, slant edge, C to O. You get the complete front view to be tilted. Transfer the intermediate points. Measure A dash to B dash with A dash itself as center, cut here to fix this itself to be as B dash, E dash. Measure A dash to O1 dash with A dash itself as center. You get this as O1 dash. Now have the same line conventions. Continuous line. Similarly, this is axis line. Now, when you extend this axis line, if you take this as a triangle, in this triangle, we know sum of 3 angles should be 180 degrees, out of which always this will be 90 degrees. 180 minus 90 gives you 90. Now, when you tilt the base face to make 50 degrees, the axis will automatically come down to 90 minus 50, which is 40 degrees, which is given in the question. So right now given in the question itself is, the axis should make an angle of 40 degrees, but we have tilted the base face for the alternate angle, which is 50 degrees. So for this, now when the observer sees from the top, what will be the top view? So for that, we are taking the projections from A, have the vertical and horizontal, the intersection itself is A. From B, have a vertical, have the horizontal, the intersection is B. Similarly, from C, have a vertical, have the horizontal, You get C. Similarly, this is D. D. This is O1. Now let us concentrate for the top view. Now when the observer sees from the top, after taking the projections, identifying the various points, when the observer sees from the top, here right now, concentrate, okay, what is this? This is right now, it should be either slant edge or it should be a triangular face. How do you identify whether right now is of slant edge or triangular face? So for that, look into the parameters. If you have parameters as right now OCD, then it is a triangular face which is visible to the observer. If you have just OC, then it is a slant edge which is visible to the observer. Since right now it is OCD, concentrate to have this triangular face to be visible here by joining from O to C. Join from O to C, C to D, as well as D to O. You get the formation of first triangle. You get the formation of first triangle to be completely nearmost to the observer when he sees from the top. When once, okay, you have this triangular face to be visible, on either sides we're going to have two more triangular faces which is visible. Okay, so for that, come back to this top view. Come back to this top view. Identify where is OCD. OCD is exactly this triangle what we have. So for this triangle 1, which you have been identified, on either sides we're going to have two triangles. One triangle is given by triangle OCB. So when you connect from C to B, as well as B to O, you get the formation of other triangle towards your right side. Similarly, towards your left hand side, we have a triangle ODE. When you connect from D to E as well as E to O, you get the formation of other triangle. So totally 3 triangles are completely visible to the observer when he sees from the top. Now come back to the opposite of this. We're opposite to this in a sense, okay, we should identify what is this, okay, which is completely invisible. So for that, look into the parameters. The parameters is just OA. If it is OA, then it is a slant edge which is completely invisible. So make the slant edge to be invisible here by connecting O to A to be as invisible. So join O to A as invisible. When you have OA right now to be invisible, for this slant edge on either sides we're going to have 2 triangles. So for that, come back to this top view. Identify where is this slant edge OA. This slant edge OA is exactly here. Okay, this is a slant edge OA which you have been marked to be as invisible. For this, on either sides we're going to have 2 triangles. One triangle is given by OAB. So O to A it is already invisible. So A to B mark it as invisible. B to O I cannot mark because the priority is for continuous. This clearly indicates OAB triangle is completely invisible. Similarly, on to the other side of this slant edge, we have the other triangle which is OAE to be as invisible. O to A it is already invisible. So from A to E when you mark it as invisible, E to O I cannot mark. This clearly indicates OAE is invisible. So 3 triangles are visible, 2 triangles are invisible. The complete base face is not seen for the observer when he sees from the top, which is connected from A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E I cannot mark because the priority is for continuous. E to A it is already invisible, which clearly states that base face is invisible. So that completes all the faces. Now concentrate for joining the axis O to O1, but the one which comes outside of this A connecting up to O1, only that part I am going to show as an axis, because the rest of the part which enters from A to O is overlapped by invisible and axis, wherein the priority should be given for invisible. That completes exactly the top view. Now let us proceed for the next tilted position. For the next tilted position right now, given itself as VP inclination is of 45 degrees, and also observe the keyword appears. Since we have the keyword appears to make an angle of 45 degrees, given itself is of beta inclination. Beta itself is of 45 degrees. It is not a true inclination, it's an apparent inclination. When it is apparent inclination, after tilting this for the HP condition, whatever we have the reduced length of the axis O to O1, this reduced length of the axis itself should make an angle of 45 degrees. That is why we specify as beta. Fine. Now take an angle of 45 degrees. Take an angle of 45 degrees. After taking an angle of 45 degrees, consider a point which itself is apex O. Measure O to O1. Measure O to O1 from the compass. From the second top view, apparent length O to O1 from the second top view. With O itself as center, cut this to fix O1. We have been measured O to O1 from the second top view, okay, apparent length because given as apparent inclination. After having this, measure O to A with O itself as center, cut this to fix A. Based on O1, identify the other corners and start tilting exactly the same top view whatever you have here for this particular position. So that is measure A to D, it's the same distance of A to C. With A itself as center, drop an arcs on both the sides. Now either measure O1 to D or measure O to D. It's the same distance of O to C. With O itself as center, cut this arcs on both the sides so that this itself is D and this itself is of C. Similarly, right now, measure A to E. It's the same distance of A to B. With A itself as center, drop an arcs on both the sides. So after doing that, now measure O to E. It's the same distance of O to B. With O itself as center, cut this arcs. When you cut this arcs, this becomes as E, this becomes as B. We got all the 5 corners also. So based on this, follow the same line conventions to this. Now, after identifying the corners, transfer the same line conventions to this. You get exactly the sketch to be like this. Now, when the observer sees from the front, what will be the final front view? So take the projections from A, erect a vertical, have the horizontal, the intersection itself is of A dash. From B, erect a vertical, have the horizontal, you get B dash. From C, have a vertical, have the horizontal. From D, next from E. When the observer sees from the front, when compared to the base and apex, always the base face is nearmost to the observer. Make the base face initially to be visible by connecting from A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E, E to A. This is completely the pentagonal base face which is nearmost to the observer. After having the pentagonal base face, now concentrate for the slant edges. We have 5 slant edges: OA, OB, OC, OD, OE. OA is one of the slant edge, OB, OC, OD and OE. Among these 5 slant edges, okay, when the observer sees from the front here, first slant edge is OB. OB is the first slant edge which is nearmost to the observer. Make the first slant edge OB to be visible. So for that, take the projections from O, have a vertical and horizontal. The intersection gives you the point which itself is O dash. Join O to B. A first slant edge, okay, which is nearmost to the observer. So connect that. Okay. Now when the observer sees from the front here, when compared to the slant edge OA, OB, OC, OD, OE, when the observer sees from the front, first slant edge is OC is nearmost to the observer. Make the first slant edge OC to be visible. For this slant edge OC, on either sides we're going to have 2 triangles. That 2 triangles are given by identifying from here. So when the observer sees, okay, so identify where is the slant edge OC. This is a slant edge OC. On either sides we're going to have 2 triangles. First triangle is given by OCB. So when you have O to C, C to B, similarly when I connect from B to O, I get the formation of one of the triangle towards your right side, which is OCB. On to the other side, okay, we have the other triangle which is done by joining from D to O. When you join from D to O, you get the formation of two triangles. So these two triangles and one pentagonal face are the faces which is visible to the observer when he sees from the front. Now when OC is visible, opposite to this OE is completely invisible. Okay, so make O to E to be as invisible. Join O to E to be as invisible. When OE is invisible, connecting to OE on either sides, we're going to have two triangles. That triangle is ODE is one triangle. Next, when you join from A to O to be as invisible, you get other triangle OEA connecting to OE to be as invisible. So totally we have right now OED, OEA, OEB to be as three triangles which is completely invisible. Only two triangles are visible out of 5 triangles, and one pentagonal base face is completely visible. Those are the faces. The left out is axis. From O1 erect a vertical above, have the horizontal. The intersection gives you the axis O1 dash. Join O to O1 as a chain type. That completes exactly the front view what we have. So that is exactly how we are going to solve. So here right now, since we have the keyword appears, okay, given as apparent inclination. If you don't have the keyword appears, it is a true inclination. Is that clear?